Sometimes billion-dollar empires begin not in boardrooms, but in coffee shops. Denis O'Brien had just sold his Irish telecom company, ESAT, for hundreds of millions. He was wealthy beyond measure, a man with time on his hands and ambition in his veins. One morning, as he sipped his coffee and while flipping through the Financial Times, an ad caught his eye. It wasn't big, it wasn't flashy, just a government notice, an opportunity to bid for a mobile phone license in a small Caribbean nation, Jamaica. To most readers, it was nothing. To O'Brien, he sensed opportunity. O'Brien wasn't new to telecom. In the mid-1990s, he built ESAT Digiphone, Ireland's first challenger network, a rebellion against the state monopoly. When he sold it to BT, the deal made him one of Ireland's richest men, but it also earned him scrutiny. Controversy followed, allegations of influence he always denied. Yet behind the noise was a restless businessman, always looking beyond the horizon. That horizon turned out to be Jamaica. In 2001, O'Brien launched Digicel, a mobile provider in a region trapped by overpriced monopolies. Most operators catered to the wealthy, officials, business elites, tourists. O'Brien saw the gap others ignored. The fishermen, the farmers, the market vendors, the people who couldn't afford to connect. He offered low-cost handsets, affordable call rates, and service that actually worked. For the first time, the Caribbean's poor could talk, text, and share their world. In a matter of months, Digicel went from a risky idea to a revolution. But O'Brien didn't stop at selling phones. Through the Digicel Foundation, he built schools, repaired roads, and funded healthcare across the islands. Digicel became part of the fabric of society, not just a company, but a symbol of progress. In many places, people trusted Digicel more than their own governments. Denis O'Brien wasn't just a CEO anymore. He was the man who brought the future. By the mid-2000s, Digicel had grown into a vast network, operating in 25 countries from the Caribbean to South America and deep into the Pacific. The red logo became a global brand, and O'Brien's fortune soared past $6 billion. He sponsored sports teams, backed cultural events, and turned Digicel into one of the Caribbean's biggest employers. He called it social capitalism, profit with purpose. For a while, it worked beautifully. Then came Digicel Money, a digital payment system years ahead of its time. It let users send money, pay bills, and receive remittances for pennies, sometimes even free. In places where banks were scarce, it was revolutionary. Before the world talked about fintech, O'Brien was already doing it. By 2015, O'Brien planned to float Digicel on the New York Stock Exchange, a move to raise billions and pay down debt. Investors were cautious. They loved the growth but feared the risk, emerging markets, volatile currencies, heavy borrowing. When valuations came in lower than expected, O'Brien refused. He told reporters, "Why would you sell your front garden when you know it's worth a lot of money? And why would you sell at a discount?" It was confidence, maybe overconfidence. The markets turned. Economies slowed. His empire, built on momentum, began to stall. By the late 2010s, Digicel was weighed down by more than $7 billion in debt. The same loans that built its towers now threatened to bury them. In 2020, the inevitable happened. Digicel filed for bankruptcy protection. Creditors took control. The company survived, but its founder's reign was over. Today, Digicel still connects millions across the islands. But Denis O'Brien's fortune and influence have faded. He no longer commands an empire, yet his legacy lingers in every call, every connection. Denis O'Brien's story isn't about saints or villains. It's about vision and timing. He saw opportunity where others saw poverty, connected the disconnected, and reshaped entire nations. But in chasing the horizon, he flew too close to it. Empires rise on vision and fall on timing. One morning coffee, one newspaper ad, and one man's belief that he could connect the Caribbean